do any kind of testing manually, then you need to turn on the intercept. As you turn on the intercept, right, the page will be continuously in a loading phase. Until and unless you turn off this particular option, intercept, the page will be loading itself. It might be 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. This phenomena continues. Okay. Now I'm having something called as forward. Forward means after this particular option, what I will be getting. If I want to know, I just need to click on forward. There is something arrow mark here. So if I want to forward one single module or endpoint, I can click on forward. If not, I click on forward all. Then my intercept again it will be coming into a new page. So again forward all, again forward all. Likewise, this particular tool will capture each and every endpoint which is coming into the applications. Okay. So finally, the intercept will be completely blank. Now, if I go into the application and see where the application is going, it is going into the same page. So in this particular option, if I want to again identify learning paths, I'll click on the learning paths. I'll be getting that particular endpoint captured here. Okay. This particular thing, either I can test it in two different ways. One is right click, send to repeater or intruder. Okay. So I'll tell you what is repeater and intruder. We'll just understand it. Any
Shall
doubts
could you
till now?
please repeat forward all? Could you please repeat just first sentence? I didn't hear properly.
Okay.
Forward all.
Forward all means I'll be just forwarding this particular request. Okay. So once I forward means I'll tell you now simpler way. Let me go to my account so that you will be able to understand the difference. Okay. If I click on the academy, I'll be getting web security homepage, right? So this is the page what you'll be getting. Now if I click on the academy by taking the intercept, I'll on the intercept and then click on academy. And if I forward right, then what should be the page I should be getting? I should be getting into the page where you'll be able to see this particular thing. This is what you'll be getting. Okay. And the page also will be not loaded, even though your intercept is on. Because the request what you have captured, you have forwarded that, which means you have basically accessed that particular module. Okay. Chandrakala, understand? Yes, sir, okay. So if I click on request smuggling and if I forward, so I'll forward and you can see I'm into the request smuggling option. This is the page. Forward means just capture the request, take that into the repeater, the intercept, so that you'll be able to get the backend request first. And if you click on forward, which means the step what you have clicked, the module what you have selected, right, in the application, you'll be able to see that particular page in the application UI. That is forward. Now you have something called as drop also. If you drop it, which means you have basically dropped the particular module what you want to test. I'll show you again the drop one. So click on get started. You can see get started is the particular request what I have taken. I'll click on drop. You'll be able to see requested one dropped by the user. Which means this particular request what you have dropped, neither it went to the server for a response, neither you have tested it. So you are just dropped because you feel that that is not necessary for you. So in generally on a regular basis, you don't drop any request what you take. Everything will be taking it into the repeater or intruder only. So for you to test manually in the burp suite, you have two options. Also three options. One is intruder, repeater, and collaborator. Collaborator, as it is a professional version, I won't be able to show you right now. But intruder and repeater, I'll show you. Okay. Let me take any random request first. Now in the proxy, intercept is clear, right? What is intercept, forward, and top?
Can you please repeat again? Intercept.
Sorry.
ఇంటర్సెప్ట్ మళ్ళీ చెప్పరా అంటే నేను అప్పుడు జాయిన్ అవ్వను.
Intercept is nothing but if you want to test any of the single module in application. Okay. So if I click on latest topics, there is something called as request module. This is an option for me. If I want to test it, I'll click on this. I'll click on this request smuggling. I'll be able to get that particular request captured in the burp suite. Okay. Now, where is my request smuggling? This is my request smuggling option. Okay. This is the module what I want to test. And this is the particular backend data for that particular request what I have taken. Now, if I send it to the repeater, when I send it to a repeater, immediately I need to send the request to the server and get a server response also. Now in the render, if I click on right, which means I'll be able to identify the UI page from here directly also. Okay. This is the particular request I have taken. Now this is the page I'll be getting. Okay. The same thing in the repeater, in the render part, you will be able to see it. Okay. Clear on the intercept part. Now as the intercept is turned on, the application will continuously load. So for you to make sure that the application does not load, its loading means the server response is on old base. The server response is on hold. So for you to get the entire server response, then you need to turn off the interceptor so that the application will give you the original page back again. Okay.
Yes. Prashant, could you go back to the Bob suit? There it's showing for every application and to everyone. After that, whatever we are entering the, could you go to the history like HTTP history? You
Mm.
could see
This
down
is
the
history.
mobile.
It will
You
capture.
just click on any application. You can choose
Mm.
it anyone. It's showing here like down the mobile and the um, Chrome or laptop. That one same address for every application and every.
Where it is showing
Uh,
mobile, Chrome, and laptop, but not the mobile.
I saw in the middle somewhere. Could you scroll down little bit? This one,
This is
like
the
left side red one. Yeah, left side. Uh, get analytics like those one we can see.
this is the analytics.
Yeah, could you go down?
Mhm.
I saw somewhere where I did see. I know. But every time, whatever we are testing the application, it's showing same like uh, the laptop address and yeah.
Laptop
See,
address, it won't
wait,
capture.
wait.
Where?
Yeah, one moment. Go down. Yeah, here SEC sec CHUA. Those things are showing the same address like every application.
This is the particular platform where you are testing, man. You're testing in the Windows platform, no? So it will be
Windows
showing.
platform.
These are the headers, right? These are
Okay,
the
in
platform.
here. Okay, in
Hmm.
here sometimes we are logging some other customer as any other person logging here. It's showing the credentials also, person
It will
name
show.
and time.
It will show. In the request, it will show the particular data of a user. The
That is
request
not
is
a
not,
vulnerability.
that
Or
is not a
vulnerability.
vulnerability.
So we can see, right, e-commerce websites, some other person is login, and when we are doing like this intercept on, we can see everything where he can log in and name,
Those details will
time,
not
also
be shown, no?
everything.
Those
Here
details
it's not
relate
showing.
in generally also it will not show.
I saw actually 2 days back in the Amazon website. I did like the same way. I saw here the customer name, half of the name, and login
That is your
time.
details, na? If you have
No,
logged in into
not
the
my.
Amazon, login details will be shown.
Actually, I didn't logged in. Just
Mm-hmm.
directly took the intercept on through the proxy only. I saw the
Okay.
some other person name, time and history little bit where he logged in. I just took the screenshot also. I want to
Share
let
me
ask
once.
you. One moment.
Share me in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm doing. Share where I saved. I didn't. I'm just looking. You can continue. I will share in the meanwhile.
Okay. But now for you to test any of the request, okay, in the proxy history is nothing but the time when you have accessed this particular tool, Burp Suite. I'll try to access by 8:06 a.m. So right now this is 8:20. So till 8:20, whatever the particular options I've just scrolled into the application, I just took the interceptor and all, I'll be able to see it. Okay. So this is the history. Next comes for every particular request, if you want to test manually, as I said, you have repeater or intruder. Now the concept of repeater is whatever the distance you want to do. So for an example, how many methods we have in general? We have get method, post, put, delete, trace, patch, modify, options. Right? These are the add method something. So nine payloads you are having for a methods. So if I want to test the particular methods which are accepted by the application or not, I need to do manually by typing each and everything and send a request and get for the response. So post method for this particular URL, the application is not accepting because the original method is get method. So likewise, if I want to check if the delete method is working or not, then again I'll type delete, send a request and get the server response. Now again in the same way, if I want to check for trace method, again I'll send a request, method not allowed. Okay. Now again if I want to just add a put method over here and send get a response, again 404 not found. So likewise for me to test nine particular payloads only, it will be taking 1 minute. If I'm having thousands of payloads, hundreds and thousands of payloads, I can't do that. So in repeater, what happens is you will be taking one request. In that particular request, there will be one field and one payload which can be tested at a time. Okay. You can't test all the nine headers all at once. One after one only you will be able to check for the particular payloads. So if I'm having thousands of payloads, practically it is impossible for me to test everything. It will be possible, but it will be taking a lot of time. So for that reason, what will I do? I'll be sending the same request instead of repeater to intruder. Right click, send to the intruder. This is the intruder page. Now in intruder, right, first thing, whatever the request you have taken, it will be calculated as a position. Positions is nothing but airport is a position. Your Web Security Academy is a position. Your OS is a position. CodeSwigger.net is a position again. Cookie is a position. Everything is a position. Now, in this, what I want to test right now, I just wanted to test the different types of methods. So, where is the method for me available here? This is the method. I will just select that and I'll click dollar symbol. The reason why I'm selecting the dollar symbol because the area between two dollar symbol where the method is there, if I want to test every particular method, I can copy these methods, I can paste it. Apart from these particular methods, if I want to add any random thing, I can add. So I'm just increasing the count. Okay. So let me just run this. I'm just showing you guys why I'll be using intruder. So right now there are 478 payloads, and this is the list of every payload. Okay. 478 payloads. If I want to test one all at a time, then the only option what will I be having is the intruder. Now in the intruder, I need to select the positions first, which is very important. Once I select the position, then only I just need to paste the particular payloads here. Okay. So my positions are sorted. My payloads are also sorted. Now I need to select the attack. Before selecting the attack, in the particular intruder, you will be having four different types of attacks. Types of attacks in intruder. First one will be the sniper. Second one, battery ram, Hitchcock, and cluster bomb. Battery ram and sniper are very easy, or both the same basically. One position to multiple payloads. Okay. One position to multiple payloads in the sense this is the first position and this is the multiple payloads for me. If I want to test multiple positions, then my sniper attack will not give me anything. Now this is my second position, right? If I am selecting sniper or battery ram, in the payload position, it does not change anything. Okay, because battery ram or plus a sniper is only for one particular position. Okay, you can see each position at a time using one single payload set. The battery RAM is also the same. But if you want to do this kind of testing where you want to test two different positions, and for every positions, if the payload is different, then you can select pitchfork or cluster bomb. So my first method is the put. The first position is the put. So here I'll be able to see the position as put. And the second position is .NET. So .NET it is empty right now. So if I want, I can just add it. Add all the positions here for me. The payloads here in general. Okay. Now, first payload, it will be giving me 478 requests. And the second position, it will give me 478 requests only, which means whatever the first wala you take, okay, the first position, that request only will be captured. The second request will not be captured at all. Okay. Only the first position payloads will be tested. Second position payloads will be not tested. But still, if you want to do the attack, then you need to go with the cluster bomb. Now you can see the request count is 2,36,000. How it became 2,36,000? Very simple. In the first position, how many payloads I'm having? 478. In the second position, 495. So if you just open right, it's 478 into 495. So cluster bomb is nothing but it's a permutation and combinations where it will be calculated or it will be testing with each and everything. You can see, you got it. Okay. It's a permutation combinations. Basically, the cluster bomb will be testing every payload singularly. So 2 lakhs 36 requests, 36,000 requests in a tool, it can capture. So that is the power of this particular intruder. There is no limit for the particular request flow. You can take as many as you wish. Okay. So for now, I just want the particular positions of mine to test one. Only one I need. I don't want any other. Now what will I do instead of cluster bomb, right? I'll click on sniper. Okay. My methods are already sorted here. 478 payloads are there. So if I start the attack, all the 478 payloads, what I've added, will be tested simultaneously. You can do. Okay. For everything, I'm getting 400 error itself. So in this particular scenario, if I'm getting anything 200, which means that is a success status. Okay. If it is success means it is accepting that, which is accepting the server is accepting the payload. So this itself is a vulnerable topic. So this is how in practically you will be testing in the intruder. You just need to select your positions, get the dollar symbol, and in that dollar symbol, whatever the payloads you want to add, you can add it here. In the payload type also, you will be having many options. Simplest. Simplest means this is how you will be just pasting the particular payload. But you will be having numbers, dates, and everything also. So depending upon the testings, what you do. If you are testing for the number, then you will be selecting numbers. If you are testing for the dates, from which date to which date, you need to specify. Okay. The format will be in the date type, and that is nothing but the payload configurations. Now, for that, if you want any characters to be tested, so you need to select character submissions. So you will be just giving on the characters what you want. These are the special characters. You can add the characters also. Okay, whatever the special characters you want, you can add automatically and it will be URL encoded. If you are not selecting that particular checkbox, then it will won't be a URL encoded. URL encoded means every particular payload or the special characters. For an example, if and is a special character, right? If I want to encode in the URL, I'll be getting the value as percentage 26. So this is the URL encoded value for the and symbol. So likewise, special characters, their encodings also you'll be able to do testing in the intruder just by selecting the payload type. Okay. And there is something called as username generator. So in this particular situations, what happens is if you want to test the usernames, you will be able to test the particular username also. So anything can be possible, guys. The only thing is, depending upon the scenario of testing to testing, you will be covered most of the payload types and all. So at that point of time, you'll be able to understand. Okay, that right now you're only working on the options what you're having. That's it. Why you will be using these particular payload types and when you will be using sniper, cluster bomb, and pitchfork in the upcoming labs when we are doing, you'll be able to understand it. Okay, I hope it's clear, right? Yes. Yes, or no,
Yes.
something like this.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So this is about the repeater and intruder. Intruder will be giving you an option to add multiple positions and multiple payloads to test at a time. But in repeater, it is not possible. Okay. Now, when it comes to the collaborator, right? Collaborator, as I said in yesterday's sessions also, you will be using it for something called as blind testing. So when we are working on the collaborator lab with the Bobsuit professional version, I'll be able to show you. Okay. Next comes the decoder. Decoder again, this is where you basically encode a particular data or decode the data. Okay. So if you see something like this, for an example, I'm saying this is my URL encoded form, okay, of my name basically. I'll just copy it and I'll paste it. So if I click on smart decode, if my name I'm able to decode it back, then this is a vulnerability for you. Because in the application, once the data is encoded, you should not be able to decode it back again. But if we are doing so, then that is a vulnerability. Okay, hope it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How do we test for the website?
For the website also, you'll be testing for the same way. If you take any request, right, for an example, I'll show you. In the cookie, you are having this particular data now, SA user ID equal to this S. After that, you are having a percentage. Okay, you will select everything. Now, if you see here, this is the original form of the data. S, it is having percentage 3A. Okay, percentage 3A means it's a dot. It's a colon over here. Able to see it on the right side. So this is how
No.
practically I'll show. If you want, you can take the entire thing also to the decoder. So I click on smart decode, right? Then I'll be able to decode the entire data. Okay. Now wherever you are able to see percentage 2B, percentage 2F, percentage 3A or percentage 3A, that is nothing but the colon or the plus symbol. Okay. Clear now?
Yeah.
So that is why the decoder is used. And in real time also, whatever the URL coded encoded form you are having in the application request, you directly take here and click on smart decode. If it is giving you the original value, then that is a vulnerability. Okay. Next, you
Okay.
will be having something called as compare. For you to compare two different requests or two different response, you will be able to use compare options. For an example, we'll see. This is the get method. For the get method, this is the response I got. I'll send it to the comparer. Right click and send it to the comparer. In the second request, what I made this particular method from get to delete. So I also need to compare this particular response what I got. So two different requests, I'll take it to the comparer, and in the below complete below, I'll be having compare by words and bytes option. I will select words. Bytes means you'll be able to do something as in hexagonal data and all. It will take some time to compare. Bytes is always zeros and ones. Okay. In the form of zeros and ones, it will be comparing the data. In generally, we are not used to it. We are not used to this particular byte compare. So that is the reason I'll click it with compare with words. Now this is what the comparer looks like. In the first request, you are having some data, HTTP, there is a status code 200, okay. But in the second request, the status code is 400 not found, which means this is modified. Okay. First request may the same data you have in the second request, but with a different value, then it will be considered to be as a modified. In the cache control, if you see it is public must revalidate max age equal to 60. So cache control is there for you. So cache control is there for you. But what are the values here? It's no store, no cache, max age equal to 0, and it is private. Here it is public. Here you are having must revalidate, but max age here is equal to 0. But sorry, in the first request it is 60, but here it is 0. So there is a modification done, right? So modified means you will be able to see in the blue color. Okay. Next comes the deleted one. Deleted means in the first request you have that particular data. In the second request you are not having that data, which means that is a deleted one. Now you will be able to see something called as added. Added means in the first request you are not having that specific data, but in the second request you are having that data, which is added. Okay. Let's show you again. You have one request here and one more request here. If the data in request one you have XYZ, the same thing in the request data you have WRT. This is modified. Okay. Now in the same thing in the first request data you are having XYZ. In the second data, the data is only not present. Then this comes into the deleted. Now the third one is you don't have the data right now in the first request, not present. But in the second request, data is present, which means this comes into added. So you are comparing two requests, first request with the second. So that is how this particular data will be calculated. Now, why this particular comparison is very much important because for you to test any particular response, right? Because you will be getting n number of responses and all, you just need to get the differences also between two responses. So that if you get any particular difference in the response, you will be able to understand what is added, what is deleted, what is the difference. So accordingly, if there is any vulnerability you're testing, if you're getting that particular vulnerability related stuff, then you can declare it. So practically, you won't be able to test everything live because it's a huge response. If you sit and just practically check every line to line, this is not possible for you, right? So there is some section added here, but this is not added in this particular section. How you will be able to see? You won't be able to see it, right? You won't be able to just check every line code and compare with each other and do. So that is the reason this particular compare is very much helpful for you. Will you be able to identify the differences? No, in general, you won't be able to identify the differences. So that is why compare is very much important. Okay. So it will be showing you how many differences are there. 60 differences are there for the first response and the second response. Okay. It is comparing with one and two. Clear?
Yeah, here Prashant, you gave the request one and two is the same one. No, it's a different one.
It's a different one. Okay.
Okay, so it's a different one. Why we have to compare first one and second one? It won't match. Uh, anyway, it's not the same URL, right?
For you to
How
just
we
show the
can?
difference, I compared with two different requests. If you in real time, what you'll be doing, you'll compare with two different responses just to check the difference in the responses what you're getting. So I can show that also to you. So this is the
Same
first
request.
response, same request. Okay, I'll send it to compare. Instead of get method, I used to delete method here.
Delete. And
This part,
usually, as juniors can use delete also, they will give the access.
sorry,
As a VAPT juniors also can use the delete. It's just a method, or we can
it's
do the
just a
option
method,
use.
ma'am. It's just a
Okay.
method where you need to test. Apart from the get and post method, no other method should be accepted by the application. Okay.
Mm.
For that reason, I will be just checking for the difference in the responses on that. This is what the response I got, and this is the data. There is a lot of difference in the response what I got for the particular method get. Okay, and this is the response what I got when I use the method delete. There is a lot of differences. So these differences to be practically checked from my side, I need to check in the comparer only. I can't sit and check line by line.
So here you used same, you just methods only difference, get and
Method is
delete
only
method.
difference. Right.
Okay.
Next, you will be able to see something on the logger. Logger is nothing but the same in proxy HTTP history what you saw. The same thing you'll be able to see in the logger also. Okay. The only thing is in HTTP request, you will be able to see the timings at the corner. But when it comes to the logger, you will be able to see the timings in the complete left side. Okay. So till now, till 8:44, whatever I've done, the entire history is logged here. And it will be telling me the tool also what I used. Okay. Every particular tool what I've used is mentioned here. In logger, it will be taking some time to load. So the comparer what I have done right, that also will be reflected in later part. After 5, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it will be capturing the particular tool also what I used in the worksheet. Okay. Clear, right?
Yeah, yes.
Next, organizer also it again only works on the both professional. So when you're working on the professional, I'll show you. In generally, organizer is nothing but the messages or the testings. If you're doing anything right, you can create your own notes. You can create your own new collection. In new collection, you can just type whatever you want. Okay. Whatever the testings you are doing right, you can just mention in the notes also. Like okay, SQL injection I identified. Okay, this is done for my side. So just for the notes purpose, you can do in the organizer. Okay, organizer. Okay, it's just a note, guys. It's nothing apart from that. It's just a note. And this particular, you can share it as a new collection. But for this, again, you need to have the professional version. Okay, clear? So no something else.
Yes, I have small doubt. Here you said decoder, we can't able to see the decoding in smart way. In professional version also, we can't able to see
Same,
the decoder like the same. Okay.
same thing. Decoder is both same for professional or the communication. Don't change. So this question will be asked in the interviews most probably. What they will be saying is from the work suite also if you want to share your report, where you'll be going. Then you need to tell that in the organizer, in the organizer, I'll create a collection first. And after me creating a collection, that particular data, I have an option to share it. Okay. For me to share, for example, I can just change it here and I can share it from here directly. Okay. The only reason is for you to share, right? You need to add the items. Okay. What are the items? These are all the items you need to add. Only one or two items it won't accept. It should be having a huge number of items. So that items in generally from the port speaker you won't do anything because the report what you send, you'll be sending it on a template basis. Okay. So the template I will be sharing the template also, the report template. It's just that there is an option for you in the workflow where you can type your own notes. That's it. Apart from that, there is nothing. Okay. Right. Okay. Now.
Yes, sir.
Next, finally, you will be having the extensions. As I said yesterday, also depending upon the what you call testings we do, each and every extensions will be used. Not every extension you'll be able to download. Few requires the professional versions. Few requires the latest version if you are using the community also. Okay. So this is on overall the difference in the verb suit and each and every options. Most probably we checked everything. Hope it's clear, right? The verb suit, verb suit. Right. Like, cool. So we'll meet on Thursday. Thursday and Friday, you'll be having the sessions again. Saturday and Sunday, you'll be getting the network understanding done. Okay. So now example.
Okay, no. So there's no session tomorrow.
Yeah, there is no session tomorrow. As I said yesterday also, right? I'm just going to my Pune office
Acha,
for
acha,
some kind
right,
of
right.
operations over there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
follow.
Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, again Monday to Sunday. So continuously 2 weeks you'll be having sessions. Saturday, Sunday, it will be 3 3 hour sessions. Okay. 2.5
Okay,
hours or 3 hours or 4 hour sessions also. It will be depending upon the concepts, which means the target is to complete network testings along with the tool installation Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Nusut, any doubts? So if you're speaking, you're not able to hear it. Your voice is actually breaking a lot. No, still the same. Is the same for everyone or only for me, guys?
Yeah, he's sounding like Optimus Prime.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Please share the message. I will read it. So you are sending in the chat or you are typing personal message to me? Yeah, yeah. The content is same what the videos you got access. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye. Great day. See you on Thursday again.
Okay, bro. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.